Welcome back, everybody. I'm Josiwe, and this is another episode of Let's Play Skyrim. Let's go ahead and continue. Now, when last we left our hero, Adarancel Ragefire, he had infiltrated the Thalmor embassy in Solitude, and after an ill-fated attempt at sneaking, or at stealth, I should say, he ended up just murderating basically all of the guards. And wandering around, picking up loot and information. So let's continue that process. Actually, before we go any further, we already achieved part of our objective, I believe. Yeah, we retrieved some information here. Let's take a look. Let's see. Dragon investigation current status. This is one of the documents that we found. So let's go ahead and read this really quick. First Emissary Elenwen. We anticipate a breakthrough in our efforts to uncover the party or power behind the dragon resurrection phenomenon. So right there, that first sentence indicates at least someone in the Thalmor is protesting that they don't know what's going on. You know, it may be a blind or a cover, but right here they're saying, you know, we're trying to uncover the party or power behind the dragon resurrection phenomenon. They don't know what's going on. So that's right off the bat. That's an interesting piece of information. An informant has identified a possible lead, and we have brought back to the embassy for a full interrogation. The subject is obstinate, but by all indications is holding back the information we seek. Okay, so we have the key to the cellars of the dungeons. We're going to have to find that and see if we can find this informant that they're torturing. I have authorized intermediate manual uncoiling. I do not expect more will be necessary unless you feel time presses. That must be some sort of torture technique. I know you prefer to be present for the final questioning. I will inform you immediately when the subject is fully receptive. 2 days should tell the tale. In the meantime, if you wish to audit our technique, your expertise is welcome, as always. I've placed the prisoner in the cell closest to your office stairs for your convenience. Interesting. Okay. This is from Rulindil, 3rd Ambassador. Interesting. Okay. So let's see what the other information was. Let's see. I don't believe we ever read this. What did this say? Elenwen, first emissary of the Aldmeri Dominion to the Kingdom of Skyrim, requests the pleasure of the company of Adarancel Ragefire at reception on 29 Frostfall 201 at the ambassador's residence. Regrets only formal attire requested. That was the invitation. Now, what else did they have? Yes, there was dossier on both Delphine and Ulfric Stormcloak, so let's take a quick peek at these as well. Alright, so this is Delphine's dossier. Status: active, capture or kill, high priority, emissary level approval. Wow, so they're like, you know, track this bitch down and kill her, because she's, you know, she's an extreme thorn in our side, to the side of the Thalmor, so that's good. You know, we definitely want to be on her, we're glad that she's on our side, because we have a big beef with the Thalmor as well. Okay, so they go on with a description: female, Breton, mid-50s, and then her background. Delphine was a high priority target during the First War for both operational and political reasons. Wow. I wonder. Wow, it's interesting that they call it the First War. You know, elves have a much longer lifespan than humans, and they take a much longer perspective as well. I wonder if the current conflict. I wonder if they're planning to initiate a second war already. You know, they've sort of stalled for time with the White Gold Concordat, but the way he talks about it as the First War, it suggests they're already planning the Second War to, you know, invade the Empire again in, like, you know, 10 or 50 or 100 years. Probably more like you know, 2, depending on events in Skyrim, which they're currently instigating with their heavy-handed tactics and their justiciars. Okay, so anyway, Delphine was a target. We know that during the war, many of the Blades were hunted down, and in fact, I believe the war was started when the Aldmeri ambassador brought a covered cart, to Skyrim. Or no, not to Skyrim, to Cyrodiil, to the Imperial City, and made demands of Titus Mene II. The same demands that ended up being the terms, basically, of the White Gold Concordat. But Mede refused, and according to the story, the ambassador uncovered the cart, and the heads of like 100 Blades agents rolled out. So we knew very much that the elves and the blades had a pretty nasty hatred of each other, and this confirms it. So let's continue. Delphine was a high priority target during the First War for both operational and political reasons. She was directly involved in several of the most damaging operations carried out by the Blades within the Dominion. She had been identified and was slated for the initial purge, but by bad luck was recalled to Cyrodiil just before the outbreak of hostilities. During the war, she evaded 3 attempts on her life, in one case killing an entire assassination team. Since then, we have only indirect evidence of her movements, as she's proven extremely alert to our surveillance. She should be considered very dangerous, and no move made against her should be made without overwhelming force and the most careful preparation. Operational notes. She is believed to still be working actively against us within Skyrim, although we have no location on her. Assumed to be working alone, as no other Blades are known to be active in Skyrim, and she has in the past avoided contact with other fugitive Blades for her own security, one of the reasons she has so far evaded elimination. Her continued existence is an affront to all of us. Any information on her whereabouts or activities should be immediately forwarded to the third emissary. So yeah, they want her on lockdown. Bad. They really want her out of the way. Let's read the dossier on Ulfric. Let's see what they have to say about him. This should also be interesting. You know, one of the things I love about this game is that not necessarily each individual character, but like each culture has its own perspective on events. And they, each faction, I guess, that's more accurate. Each faction has its own perspective on events. And you frequently are given the opportunity to see different interpretations of, events and how people respond to them, how the different races or factions respond. It's really, I think it's part of that immersive nature of the game, that the environment and the world is so easy to fall into, which is what makes it such a great game if you're willing to engage in that. Okay, so right here at the top, at the very beginning of Ulfric's dossier, we see that his status is asset uncooperative. So yeah, they are planning a second war, and they consider him an asset because as a rebel, he's thrown Skyrim into chaos, he's acting against the Empire, he's weakening the Empire. If he succeeds, it'll be that much easier for the Thalmor to invade, Valenwood, or Blackmarsh, or maybe the High Rock. You never know, but yeah, they consider him an uncooperative asset. Dormant, emissary level approval. Okay, description. Jarl of Windhelm, leader of Stormcloak Rebellion, Imperial Legion veteran. Background. Ulfric first came to our attention during the First War against the Empire, when he was taken as a prisoner of war during the campaign for the White Gold Tower. Under interrogation, we learned of his potential value, son of the Jarl of Windhelm, and he was assigned as an asset to the interrogator, who is now First Emissary Elenwet. Wow. He was made to believe information obtained during his interrogation was crucial in the capture of the Imperial City. The city had in fact fallen before he had broken, and then allowed to escape. After the war, contact was established, and he has proven his worth as an asset. The so-called Markarth incident was particularly valuable from the point of view of our strategic goals in Skyrim, although it resulted in Ulfric becoming generally uncooperative to direct contact. Guys, this is mind-blowing! I wonder if we can talk to Ulfric about this. So this says, wow. So he was taken prisoner, right? And apparently he was assigned to Emissary Elenwyn, the host of this party, who interrogated him and handled him. And then he was lied to and manipulated to make him believe that he was responsible for the fall and sack of the Imperial City, even though he wasn't. Right, and then there was the Markarth incident. It's a little hazy. It's been a while. It's been about 3 weeks since I read that, but I know he did some kind of like massive attack. Something happened. I'll have to look up what that was so I can get it fresh in my memory. But they say that it was valuable from the point of view of their strategic goals. Although apparently, yeah, then did he fight the elves at Markarth? I can't remember. Anyway, so he's since become uncooperative. Maybe since he met us and the war took such a great turn in his direction, and we captured all those forts and liberated all those provinces. Anyway, let's continue here. Operational notes. Direct contact remains a possibility under extreme circumstances, but in general the asset should be considered dormant. As long as the Civil War proceeds in its current indecisive fashion, we should remain hands-off. The incident at Helgen is an example where an exception had to be made. Obviously, Ulfric's death would have dramatically increased the chance of an Imperial victory and thus harmed our overall position in Skyrim. Wow. Note, the coincidental intervention of the dragon at Helgen is still under scrutiny. The obvious conclusion is that whoever is behind the dragons also has an interest in the continuation of the war. But we should not assume, therefore, that their goals align with our own. Wow, okay, so remember back at the very beginning of the game when we came in on the cart. As we entered, we saw General Tullius speaking with a Thalmor ambassador. I wonder if it was Elenwen. I don't remember. But in any case, Ralof was like spitting at him and you know, cursing him and saying he's you know, he shouldn't be consorting with these damn elves. And suggested that they might be behind the raid that captured us. It would be kind of a stretch to think that some Thalmor had us aligned as bait for Alduin. Nobody knew we were Dragonborn, so that's not really a possibility. But maybe they were really there to try and convince him not to kill Ulfric, or to intervene if he refused to let Ulfric live. But they didn't expect the dragon. Yeah, they didn't expect the dragon. Okay, it was coincidental. And they're worried about it too. Okay, a Stormcloak victory is also to be avoided, however. So even indirect aid to the Stormcloaks must be carefully managed. Okay, so our aid to Ulfric is upsetting their strategy. That's good. They don't want a Stormcloak victory. Because then Skyrim could become an independent state, strengthen itself, and be sort of a, you know, it could align maybe with the Empire as an independent state, and that would be pretty powerful. Okay, so that's the end of the dossier on Ulfric. But we need to go find this prisoner and interrogate him. Maybe free him, depending on who he is. Let's see. I guess we should continue sneaking, sort of. I just want to take a quick look at these books, see if there's anything amazing here that I haven't seen before. I don't know that one. Rising Threat? Not sure about that. Short History of Morrowind. Alright. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and continue here. Let's get calm out. Okay. Okay, so yeah, the first door at the bottom of the stairs, this is where the prisoner is. Okay. Or I guess this is the only door. So this is the Thalmor embassy dungeon, and we fortunately have the key. So we're going to go in and see what we see. Okay. I see blood. I don't see any people, though. Oh, wait, someone's down there. Sounds like someone might be torturing him right now. To put a stop to that.
You're dead! That was pathetic. It didn't even do anything.
Okay, I think he's alone, so we can just kill him. Alright, let's do this carefully.
You're dead!
Okay, nice. Nice! Okay, so it looks like this room is secure. Mostly. Let's see if we can help interrogate this prisoner. Let's see who he is. Etienne Rarnis.
I told you. I don't know anything else about it.
I'm not here to torture you.
What? Who? What do you want then?
No time to explain. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, sure.
So the
okay.
temporary companion here.
Come on, this way. I've seen the guards use it to get rid of bodies.
Nice.
Must lead somewhere.
Okay, so they're, we can use him to escape quickly, but we have to get that information first. Who are you? What are you doing here?
They grabbed me in Riften. They seem to think I know something. They just kept asking me the same damn questions.
Well, you may know something important. What questions were they asking you?
I damn well hope so. If it helps you twist them up, I'm glad to help. They're after some old guy named Esbern. Something to do with dragons. I gathered it from listening